Good evening. This is Hoosier, Part 9. Well, I've accomplished quite a bit this week, mostly because I've had good tools. Most of the paint is off of the upper surface of this rail. But the bottom surface still needs help, and I will get to that when I can. The handles are all off the drawers, and I'm sitting on my walker because right now my back is being a pain in the butt. But what I've accomplished is getting a lot of the paint off of this latch and these hinges. And also accomplishing getting this down to bare wood from 98%. There's still a chunk in the corner. I'm not even going to work on it after this. Now, discovery of a few things. If I can get up without falling on my face and get a lantern under here, I will show you a few things. This bottom piece and the underside of it is cracked all the way through, which sucks. And after my friend was here the other day, the decision was made not to pull out the nails, but to rather take a nail punch and a hammer and put them down as deep as I can get them. The reason being, this wood here and the desk cover underneath where my foot is, there's a wooden piece under there. It's called the desk cover. It's to keep dust out of your Hoosier. It's cracked badly. So after Skinner was here and we discussed what to do, I am going to lay masking tape along the lines, make sure it's down tight, make sure it's all clean and dust free, then lay tape down, and then the layer between the poster board tile there's going to be parchment paper laid down there and glued down with water type glue. We were discussing, I cleaned it all up once very carefully because I thought it had mold. But after I let him look at it, he said no, he thought it was hide glue that they used to laminate the pieces together. Okay. So why was it black? Hide glue after a while disintegrates. And if it's gotten damp, it can possibly mold. And if it had molded and then dried out, that would have left that black, icky, goopy stuff. The only place I really found goopy stuff is in the far back corners. And it was just sticky. Best thing I can think of to use, you know the stickum that they use on credit cards and that kind of stuff when you get them in the mail and they pinch it together? That's the way the sticky was. It was just, you could literally pull it apart. Put it on your finger and pinch it between your thumb and you could extend it about that much. Really disgusting. Took a little acetone to it that got most of it up. But the best thing that I have found that works, it's called a painter's knife. See that edge? It's sharp. It's not razor blade sharp, but it's sharp. And it gets a lot of that nasty, dried hide glue up. The other thing that I have found that has worked really well, especially on the hinges and the latch, is a dental pick. This is what the dentist used to pick tartar and plaque and crap out of your teeth. Works great for paint. So, I have accomplished a fair amount. Back up here a little bit. Close it. Close this door. Make sure to shut my lantern off. But you can see by putting acetone on these latches and hinges that it also takes the paint off. And that's been kind of my nemesis this week. It's there and it's also on the bottom. And I get it, but that means when I get the latch, the hinges and this latch off, I'm going to have to really feather out those areas just like I did here to make them a little smoother. Let's see if I can turn again. This is pretty much all the paint that's gone off the top. But if you look underneath, it's right there. So, and that's a job that I can't do when my back's being bad. And it kind of sucks because right now it's being a pain. So, but you can see that what these look like this. Now once I'm completed and I'm only doing the bottom right now because I need to be able to have storage underneath here for other stuff. Stuff in this upper cabinet. But once I get the latch and the hinges off, then I will be able to sand out the body somewhat. But somebody gave me an idea for getting the paint off of this and said to use cotton rounds or cotton balls with the acetone and then wrap it with plastic wrap and tape it into place with masking tape and leave it sit for 15-20 minutes. Miracle. It works great. Having the proper tools has been a godsend. The other thing that I found that looks really good for pick and paint is a turkey skewer. You'd be surprised what you find out when you're working on this. But little bit by little bit, I'm working on it. I'm hoping to get this painted before winter gets here so that I can work on this upper part with the sanding and all that. And yes, I'm using a dust mask. I want to work on the upper part once I get this done. So, also finding standing blocks, like right there. If I can find 40s, I'd be even happier. The grittier, the better. Because just even sanding this edge out has been, feathering it out has been real interesting. The sides will all need to be sanded, both sides and the front. And that will have to be something that I can do sitting in a chair, not in my walker. but I'm accomplishing slowly but surely. Now this week I'm going to try and put this as a public video with comments held for review because of the fact that my stopper is still bringing up a pain in my butt. So apparently I'm not supposed to comment on somebody else's videos. Whatever, grow up. And he died and left you, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm going to try putting this as a public. I'm not saying that it's going to stay that way. Because if I get a lot of rotten comments, then I will put it back to unlisted. Thanks for watching. Working on it every week, little bit by little bit. Have a good night. Bye.